Hi there, Laura Weigel with the Will to Wow Jewelry. And today is March 5th, 2019, and it's the beginning of our Mercury Retrograde in Pisces. And tomorrow, March 6th, is our new moon in Pisces. So I wanted to briefly come on and do a video to talk about these energies because they're pretty cool energies, and I did a blog with some crystal recommendations, so I'll leave that link here as well with a new moon ceremony. So with Mercury retrograde, that means that Mercury, the planet ruling communication, appears to us to be going backwards. And since it's our communication and it's kind of going backwards, a lot of people have a lot of fear around Mercury retrograde because it's known to disrupt our electronics and to cause miscommunications, possibly fights. It's also a time to be very leery of, and I hate to even say leery, but to be more cautious when signing contracts or legal forms and that type of thing. So that has sparked some fear in some people around Mercury retrograde. But it's also a time to rewind, to revisit, and it coincides very nicely with this new moon because this is a manifesting new moon. So it's a really nice time to kind of go back, sit with yourself for a little bit and see what it is that you really want to manifest from your heart's desire that will truly benefit you in your life. Since this new moon and Mercury retrograde happen to be in that planet of Pisces, which is all about magic and our emotions, it's a water planet, and all of those feels and intuition. So I really highly suggest to go back and to think about the way that you communicate. How do you communicate your feelings? Do you tend to stuff your feelings? Do you get scared of what other people may think? Do you overshare your feelings? Because Mercury retrograde with this Pisces new moon is really connecting our throat and our heart and communicating from our heart in a way that we can be heard. So I have a few crystal recommendations for these two energies going on right now. And one, of course, is aquamarine, which is known as the water stone. There's a lot of mythology around aquamarine with mermaids. But what I like about aquamarine is it is a throat chakra stone, and it's known as the stone of courage. So it's very calming, so that you can be calm when you communicate, but also have that courage to communicate what you need to communicate, what's in your heart, what's in your soul. So there's our aquamarine. One recommendation for the Mercury retrograde and this new moon. Manifesting, communicating, and just that tranquil, peaceful feeling and bringing in that cooling energy of the water. Okay. Another one that I love is moonstone. It's a little piece of some moonstone. Moonstone is the stone of new beginnings. And with every new moon, it's kind of a time to restart and to manifest those new beginnings in our life. So moonstone really helps that. This is a gray moonstone. I also really love this peach moonstone. This is peach moonstone and rose quartz, so you can see that this is the peach moonstone. But peach moonstone correlates a little bit more with our sacral chakra, that chakra of creation. And so to me, the peach moonstone really goes well with a new moon energy and creation. And let's see, here is my next recommendation is labradorite. Highly reflective labradorite. This is a very protective, deep stone. It's known as the stone of magic. And to me, that really goes along with Pisces and magic. And when we're creating, we want to create not from a place of fear or create from a place of lack, but just really sitting with it and creating from our heart's desire. And what is that big picture and what can you imagine? And if magic were involved, what would you create for yourself? And yes, it may not happen in a month, but I really want you to just invoke those feels, right? Because we can't create from a place of lack. But if we can invoke some feelings of excitement and some joy, then we're going to bring in more energy to help us create. And my last recommendation is rose quartz. This is a nice light rose quartz. Of course, you saw my other rose quartz mixed in with the moonstone, which is honestly, if you're interested, this is an excellent bracelet for manifesting from your heart, from your heart's desires. So here's some rose quartz to really help to crack open our heart chakra, to really get more in touch with our feelings and to create that safe and more nurturing environment for ourselves. So I wish you the most happy, prosperous, creative, magical new moon and happy communications. And looking back, and really I encourage you to journal about how you could be a better communicator and what might be holding that back. And work on, when you're thinking of your new moon manifestations, manifesting those perfect times of communication and what that would look like. So I'm going to put the link below that has my my new moon ceremony for you to set up and do for yourself. Namaste.